Welcome to this episode of Medical Device Global Market Access by Pure Global. Today we are dissecting a significant regulatory action from Australia's Therapeutic Goods Administration, or TGA. On August 12, 2026, the TGA announced its decision to suspend the supply of Corpuls 3 and 3T defibrillator devices. This move has sent ripples through the industry, not just for manufacturers of similar devices, but for any company with products on the Australian market. The key here is to understand precisely what this action means, why it was taken, and what it signals about the TGA's enforcement strategy for post-market compliance. First, let's clarify the specifics of the TGA's announcement. The administration has suspended the supply of these specific Corpuls defibrillators. It is crucial to understand that this is a precautionary measure and not a full-scale recall of devices already in use. The TGA has explicitly stated that devices currently in hospitals, ambulances, and other clinical settings are considered safe to continue using. The suspension means that no new Corpuls 3 or 3T devices can be imported, distributed, or sold within Australia until the TGA lifts the suspension. This action effectively freezes the supply chain for new units, while the underlying issues are investigated and resolved. So, why would the TGA take such a step if the devices in the field are deemed safe? Regulatory actions, like a supply suspension, are often triggered not by an immediate, widespread failure of the device itself, but by concerns with the manufacturer's underlying processes. This could relate to their conformity assessment procedures, the robustness of their quality management system, or a failure to adequately address post-market data or previous TGA inquiries. By suspending supply, the TGA applies significant pressure on the manufacturer and their Australian sponsor to rectify these systemic issues without causing panic or disrupting patient care by recalling devices that are still performing as intended. It's a powerful tool that allows the regulator to manage potential future risk proactively. This brings us to a critical distinction for any regulatory professional: the difference between a supply suspension and a recall. A recall is initiated when a device poses a clear risk to patient safety, requiring it to be removed from the market, modified, or requiring users to take specific actions to mitigate the risk. A suspension, on the other hand, is a preventative measure. It halts the flow of new products into the market, while the regulator assesses a situation that could potentially compromise safety or compliance in the future. For Corpuls, this means the immediate problem is market access, not a fleet-wide product failure. Understanding this nuance is essential for communicating effectively with stakeholders and managing regulatory risk. This TGA action serves as a clear signal to the entire medical device industry. It demonstrates a sophisticated and proactive approach to post-market surveillance. The TGA is not waiting for adverse events to pile up before acting. It is scrutinizing the integrity of the evidence that underpins a device's inclusion on the Australian Register of Therapeutic Goods, or ARTG. This means that having a TGA registration is not a one-time achievement, but an ongoing commitment to compliance that will be actively monitored and enforced. For regulatory, quality, and market access teams, this event should prompt a review of your own operations. We recommend several practical actions. First, reevaluate your post-market surveillance system. Is it merely a passive data collection tool, or is it an active system that feeds timely information back into your risk management and quality processes? Second, review your agreements and communication protocols with your Australian sponsor. In a situation like this, a responsive and experienced sponsor is invaluable. They are your direct line to the TGA. Third, conduct an internal audit of your conformity assessment documentation. Is your evidence robust, current, and readily available to withstand TGA scrutiny? Finally, make it a habit to monitor TGA's public communications and enforcement actions. These provide invaluable intelligence on the regulator's priorities and areas of focus. In summary, the TGA's suspension of Corpuls defibrillators is a powerful reminder that post-market compliance is an active, ongoing responsibility. Regulators are increasingly using tools beyond traditional recalls to enforce standards and protect public health. If your organization needs help navigating the complexities of global market access in Australia or over 30 other countries, please check out Pure Global. Our team of local experts, supported by advanced AI technology, can help you develop robust regulatory strategies and maintain compliance throughout your product's lifecycle. You can find more information about our free AI tools and extensive device database in the description. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next time.